I'm completely unaccustomed to speaking, especially with a microphone, so I'll try not to let it shake as I start. So I thought in the book which Amanda's brought along, this one, on page 6, that's a picture of my daughter Molly and our family. So I think it's sometimes quite nice to just sort of see who we're talking about. So it's this newsletter I'm looking at. Okay. So Molly is going to be 6 in January, and she has a number of diagnoses. And so in summary, Molly's got quadriplegic cerebral palsy. So physically, she's probably about the age of a 6-month-old child. She can roll a little bit at speed, generally out the patio doors, sometimes into the garden, but she doesn't sit at all, and all of the muscles in her body, including swallowing and other sort of bodily functions, are affected by that. So Molly also has a neurological disorder, which she has somewhere between 50 and 70 seizures a day, which, despite the best efforts of neurology at Southampton and all of the people at the Evelina in London, unfortunately they haven't been able to make any progress to try and assist her with those. So they're progressively getting slightly worse, and hopefully in the course of time different combinations of treatments may be able to at least sort of slow that down. So the situation with Molly is that it's just a case of trying to more manage her situation rather than it actually ever being able to be improved. So through that she has physiotherapy, occupational therapy. She also has sort of fairly complex medical needs. She's got a feeding tube for when she gets unwell, so that we can make sure that she has nutrition and that she doesn't sort of lose too much weight, and that we can manage her eating for when she's poorly and she isn't able to swallow. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it very well, but hopefully I'm just getting it a little bit across. So Molly's under about 17 health professionals, 4 different hospitals, so that in itself can be quite busy. So for us, we can't always go away on holiday, and I'm saying to Amanda, we booked a holiday this year for the first time ever for the whole family to go just over to France, and we didn't know until the Wednesday before whether we'd not actually be able to go. So as Molly had a gastrostomy and it didn't go according to plan. Nothing's ever straightforward with Molly. Her anatomy wasn't quite where they expected it to be, so a simple 45-minute procedure, she came out with a very exasperated looking surgeon about 5 hours later. So on the Wednesday before we were due to go on holiday, we hadn't told our 9-year-old, but we didn't know whether we would be able to go. So to go down to Sebastian's Action Trust, where we've got Basingstoke, Southampton, and we have had to leave, not quite in a blue light situation, but we've had to leave Sebastian's Action Trust to shoot over to Basingstoke for Molly when we've been staying. So for us to be able to go there, it's only 20 minutes from where we live, but actually when we get there, it does feel like we're away on holiday. I pop my wine in the fridge, and we can sort of pretend, that North Waltham is like our equivalent of being away on holiday. So also at the Bluebells, we have a wonderful network of mums all in the same situation. So probably, I'm sure many of you are mums when you exchange all that information on what nappies and what's the best feed to use or what weight the child, at least now we've got lots of mums who've got lots of different experiences with their children as really a support network and for people who are similar to ourselves, I guess. Also they have siblings groups for